Can we have an Android device that is compact, powerful, and good looking? The Sony Xperia M aims to do just that. Now, it's an affordable device, it's not a flagship, but it's still decently powerful. Unlike other high-end devices though, it comes with a very compact body and only a 4-inch display. Now, that's a valuable asset for an Android smartphone, and the Xperia M almost looks a bit like an iPhone, but it functions differently, of course. This is Victor with Phone Arena, taking a look at the Xperia M.
The Sony Xperia M is a looker, and that's a bit of a rarity for an affordable device. Sure, it's made out of plastic, and yes, it's a bit squeaky when you hold it tight, but on the other hand, its nice soft-touch plastic, arched shell, and the meticulously crafted buttons all speak of attention to detail that's admirable. The Xperia M has a compact body that makes it perfect for single-handed operation. It's light and relatively thin, and its size is similar to that of Apple's iPhone 5, just a bit wider. The handset comes in a white, black, purple, and yellow versions. Now, the Xperia M features no buttons on the front. Sony uses on-screen virtual buttons for Android navigation, and there is a single stylish line-shaped LED notification light. All physical buttons are on the right side. There is the signature Sony round metal power key, stylish and with a nice travel to it. The volume rocker is also conveniently located on the side, and its arc shape makes it easy to find and press. Finally, there is a dedicated camera shutter key on the bottom. The phone features a modest 4-inch LCD screen with a resolution of 480 by 854 pixels. It's sharp enough to avoid nasty pixelization. Now, putting its size aside, what we really care about is to understand how good the screen is. And we'd say that it's about average. Not great, but not too bad either. The biggest issue with it is that the screen is a bit dim and hard to read outdoors and has poor viewing angles. Everything else is fine, and color fidelity is generally accurate. The Xperia M runs on Android 4.1 Jelly Bean with Sony's own skin on top. Our experience is very positive with this Android skin, and we love the work Sony has done on enriching the stock look, feel, and even functionality. The lock screen features shortcuts to the camera and music apps. Now, a quick and intuitive up or down swipe gesture unlocks it with a neat shade-like animation, and this kind of animations appear throughout the interface. Sony's UI comes with a selection of great high-resolution wallpapers and colorful themes, so you don't have to go far to start customizing its looks. The overall visuals strike a balance, not too serious, but nor are they childish and cartoony like the ones in, say, Samsung and LG devices. Sony's skin is all about the little things. Having the option to arrange your app drawer by most used items is great. The transition animations are neat, and Sony has bundled in a bunch of small apps that work on top of your existing applications. The phone book is also custom made, and it comes with 4 tabs that you can conveniently swipe between. The Sony Xperia M, however, is not the perfect device for texters. Sony's messaging application is a fairly simple and well-done app, but the problem lies elsewhere. It's the on-screen keyboard that will make you break a sweat. It's hard to hit the right letters in portrait mode. We mistyped way too often and couldn't get used to it even after a week of daily use. The Xperia M works like a charm with no lag and buttery smooth performance throughout. That's no surprise. It features a fairly snappy for its class Snapdragon S4 Plus chip, the same that you'd find on Windows Phone rivals like the Lumia 720 for instance. There's a 1 GHz dual-core processor inside and 1 GB of RAM, more than the average for this class. The handset might not have the largest display out there, but it handles most games and even the latest graphical masterpieces like Real Racing 3 with ease. It's a good performer for its class. Then again, one of the Xperia M's bigger flaws is the fact that it comes with merely 4 gigs of internal storage, of which only 2 GB are available to the end user. You definitely need to use that micro SD card slot. You can easily access the web via browsers like the built-in mobile Chrome. Browsing is zippy, and scrolling around and zooming in and out happens almost without a stutter. The handset supports fast 3G connectivity and also comes with dual-channel Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth 4.0. Also, the Xperia M features NFC connectivity that is well integrated with other Sony products, like its TVs for instance. You can easily share images wirelessly by just tapping a Sony TV remote to send the images to the large screen. The Xperia M comes with a 5 megapixel rear autofocus camera with a single LED flash and a basic front-facing VGA shooter. Now firing up the camera is quick and you're then taken into a simple and straightforward interface with large separate buttons for image stills and video recording. There are no built-in shooting modes. It's all full auto or full manual. If you go for manual, you can adjust things like ISO, exposure, and white balance, and you can also choose to shoot HDR images. The camera takes pretty good images outdoors when light is plenty. The pictures are a bit low on detail and a bit oversaturated, but are nonetheless definitely usable for casual share-the-moment social use, and people tend to like these popping colors. Indoors, where light gets scarce, images turn out noisy and not that good, and the built-in LED flash is very weak and not capable of lighting up scenes properly. The handset records up to 720p video at 30 frames per second. Good, but not great. Colors are lively, but it again lacks detail. Now the front camera is a very basic VGA unit, but we still like the fact that it's there. It's definitely useful for video conferencing. Sony might never go back to its Walkman fame days, but the built-in Walkman music player, in concert with the great sound pumping from the rear speaker, make the Xperia M a great device for listening to music. The built-in video player reproduced all popular formats at around native resolution with ease. The image gallery has also been customized by Sony and categorizes your apps neatly by date or albums, and we like all media app looks. All fit the streamlined Sony design and are clean, not cluttered. Call quality was a big disappointment for the otherwise well-rounded Xperia M. Sound in the earpiece was a bit quiet, but the bigger issue was with the unnatural rumble to callers' voices and the slight distortion, especially when the conversation gets heated and voices louder. On the other end of the line, the situation is even worse. Our callers reported hearing our voice very distorted, to the point where they had trouble to understand certain words. The 1750 mAh battery on the Xperia M lasts us 2 days with average use, and even a bit more if we were more frugal with calls and gaming. The battery is also user replaceable, and that's a plus.
The Sony Xperia M is a compact device with a decently powerful chip and great looks. And on top of that, it features a very nice streamlined user interface. Now there is a lot to like about it, but how does it compare against its competition? The one thing that we don't like about the Xperia M right now is its price. The Xperia M definitely looks a bit overpriced. You can get a larger device with similar performance on Android for around the same price, and if you're looking for an alternative, we would definitely recommend you the Samsung Galaxy Core. Now, if you're looking for another platform like Windows Phone and you're willing to experiment, the Nokia Lumia 520 comes at almost half the price, yet it features almost the same processor, identical display, and a similar camera, so why not check it out? Now overall, we like where Sony is headed with the Xperia M. A small compact device on Android, that's a rarity and that's a niche that needs to be filled. Has it succeeded? For a deeper review, make sure to check out phonearena.com. Thanks for watching.